everyone, it's Joan Scannell here with your February Tarot and Numerology Scope. And I just want to talk to you a little bit about the energy you can expect for the month of February. To start us off, I just want to quickly go over the entire year's energy. If we remember in numerology, 2024, 2024, you add them up, you get the number 8. 8 is about motion, it's about empowerment, it's about action. Certainly finances are in the mix. But ultimately, when we've talked about this in previous recordings, like over the last month or so, we've talked about that it really resonates to the energy of the Strength card. The Strength card, again, it even has that little infinity sign over it, kind of makes us really think about what we want to build in our life. Stability, connection, purpose. That's what the Strength card is talking about, and that's what our focus is going to be throughout the entirety of 2024. Regardless of what's going on around us, I'm kind of shifting away from the geopolitical chaos that's happening, locally or nationally or worldwide, and I'm focusing on what we can do as individuals to find peace and find stability in our lives, regardless of what's happening out there. And that really aligns with the energy of February, because if you take, obviously the whole year is an 8, but each month has its own energy. So if we take the month of February, what you do to find the monthly energy is you get the number of the month. February is the second month of the year, and you add it to the entire year, which is an 8. So when you add 2 plus 8, you get 10, 10, 1. In the tarot, that is the aces, and it's the 10s. It's also a few major arcanas, which I'll discuss as well. So when I look at, and I kind of connected with the energy for the month of February, I pulled up our favorite. What's going to work for us will be the energy of the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords. This is kind of a new, more hopeful way of thinking. It's about realizing that true healthy relationships, because February is the month of love and relationships and all that, really start with the individual. And this is a kind of a new way of thinking about that. It certainly is hopeful. It's certainly creative. It is definitely different kind of ideas flowing. It's communicative, meaning you're talking a lot about the things that matter to you and what it is you want. I do think there's an energy of reconciliation that comes from a new way of thinking and a more healthy way of thinking and a fresher way of thinking. This is especially in terms of friendships and in terms of family matters. I do think there's new ideas coming for approaching old problems or existing problems. It's as if we're going to change things around a bit. And that's good because and as we get to our challenge, we're going to see there's some stuff coming like in the financial things, which we'll discuss. But again, it's not what's going to happen so much as it's how we're responding. Basically, if we look at the 10s of this suit, we're choosing to drop our burdens. This is not ignoring them. It's not pretending they don't exist. It's not being unrealistic. Rather, it's about saying, what is the truth of this situation? What is the acceptance that I'm of the truth that I'm trying to see? Where do I have stability? Because remember, stability is one of the pillars of the 2024, the 8 year. Where do I have that stability? And what do I need to drop because it's interfering with that stability? I do feel that there is a more of a shift of fixing problems as it relates to our finances, our connections, difficulties in the world, having honest conversations with ourselves about what's working and what's not working. And that leads us to our challenge. Well, let me start with, I have the Magician here. So the Magician also ties in with our favor. He stands there again. He's got that, just like the, look at this, just like the Strength card. They have the infinity symbol over their head. It's about balance. It's about connection. It's about pulling the strength from above and bringing it down to the earth. He stands in his own power, and that's what we're going to be working on this month. Standing in our own power, getting comfortable with ourselves, being honest with ourselves, and seeing the truth of situations. Now we go to the challenge. Our challenge has to do with the pentacles of the suit, in particular the Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. A challenge in this sense suggests there are going to be financial issues going on. This could be personally things that we've ignored, or a problem that's been ongoing, or something we thought would go away or work itself out. It isn't working itself out. It's not coming together. So we have to look at what it is we can do to fix it. It's not obsessing about it, but it's like, what do we do to fix it? And this could be as simple as what opportunities present to improve our spending, or maybe to invest more wisely, or make a more sound judgment. Now, collectively, what we could be looking at here is problems with the stock market, problems with central bank digital currency. We know that's looming out there. Really kind of a tension source for a lot of people. I think we're going to hear more of that this month, and it's going to create some stress. What do? You don't panic. It's how do you operate around it? To be honest, I'm not sure what the answers are. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a financial expert, but I do know how to manage my own personal finances, and that's what I'd say to you. How do you manage? Sit down with your books. Sit down with your your register. Sit down with your budget and figure out exactly how you're going to handle any potential problems that might be going on collectively, or how you're going to handle any problems in your own personal life that might exist that you maybe haven't been paying attention to. And the challenge here is the Wheel of Fortune. So again, since it's in the challenge, things like a Ferris wheel, things go up, yay, things go down, crap. Things go up, yay, things go down, crap. So I think we have some maybe downward cycle here, and we're falling into perhaps some challenges. Rather than panic, again, what is the solution? What is it we're going to be doing? And what's really interesting is, as I was pulling these cards and really connecting with the energy, I was feeling drawn to the message of forgiveness. Imagine that, forgiveness. It's a weird kind of thing to get in terms of money and finance. And I think what it means, first of all, is forgiveness to yourself for decisions that you made or choices that you did. My guess is 99% of the time you made those choices with good intention. Maybe not clear thought or whatever, and the clear thought is coming. That's where we have our Ace of Swords and Ace of Wands. The clear thought is here now. Now it's forgiveness. It's forgiveness for decisions that we might have made that need to be adjusted, or forgiveness for perhaps others, maybe who, remember I talked about, hearing from others, burying the hatchet, maybe others who had their own little epiphany about ways that they weren't emotionally generous, or weren't spiritually generous, or weren't mentally generous with you, or honestly were actually quite difficult. That brings us to our theme. Our theme is the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Cups. I love this card as our theme. Definitely has a feeling of faith, a feeling of connection, feeling of a more authentic circle. We realize what really matters in our lives. We get clearer on our purpose. So that's kind of the third leg, whereas we had stability as the first leg, and in terms of what we're trying to work for in our favor. The challenge was our kind of the connections there with our second leg in with the Pentacles. And this is our purpose here. We're feeling clearer on our purpose. Maybe our purpose is related to family. Maybe it's related to relationships. Maybe it's the relationship with ourselves. Because remember we said it's a 1 month, so it's always in terms of our relationship with ourselves. I do think that, again, I mentioned there, I do think there's some reconciliation coming. And that may be where the challenge comes from, the forgiveness that we mentioned. Somebody's coming up from the past, or there's a situation that has to be reconciled, and there's some problem finding peace with it. That's what we're going to be working on. But when it looks like on the other side of that, things are pretty good. I get the feeling of engagements with this. I definitely get the feeling of family expansion, pregnancies, and I was getting, especially for people who may have had challenges with their fertility. So there may be good news in that sense. Overall, the major arcana we're looking for here is the Sun. That's awesome. Couldn't ask for a better one. It is actually a karmic number, the 19 one. It's technically called the abuse of power. Kind of a weird thing to go with the Sun. But what it means is you can take your wisdom, and you can use it for a greater good, or you can use it to manipulate others. And in this case, obviously, we're learning any lessons or challenges. We're learning about the proper use of our own power, and that's where we're at with that ace. So it's positive. It's very, very positive. Overall, I do think February is going to be the energy of regeneration and fresh starts. Those ace in the ace swords connection is telling us about hopeful ideas, new prospects, new ways of problem solving. I do think if we look at the positive side of the pentacles, we're going to look at ways to solve problems, how to plant seeds. And I do think there will be heartfelt conversations about forgiveness, leaving things in the past and moving on and building. And then the last one we have is our, where did that go? It's in here somewhere. There it is, the Ace of Cups. The Ace, this tells us faith in ourselves first and foremost, so that we can have faith in the people around us, in our relationships, faith in the way things are going to work out in the world, faith that regardless of what's going on, we will still be at peace with ourselves and still be going forward in a positive way. Overall, I guess what I'm saying is there could be chaos all around us, whether it's personal chaos or whether the bigger picture chaos. But truly, the peace that we seek starts with ourselves. That's what the aces are. It's the seed, it's the beginning, it's the option to find new ideas, new passions, new connections, and new stability in our lives through the seeds that we plant in our everyday actions. So I guess that's it. That's your message for February. I really appreciate you listening. I do want to let you know of a couple things. I have a special going on for February phone readings. I will put the link to my information in the comments, but it's $10 off a half-hour phone reading, which is $50 for a half-hour phone reading, which is actually pretty good. I also have, if you want to know more about numerology, you want to learn your own numbers, Freedom Through Numbers, easy as 1, 2, 3. This is a beginner's book for people who want to know numerology, and you learn it by your own numbers and finding it that way. I'll put that link as well. That's available on Amazon, but I'll put the link below as well. So I think that's it. Have a wonderful, wonderful February, and enjoy your connections with your friends, your family, your special someone, and more so with yourself.